Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI, the car shipping business channel. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. I'm going to tell you what you can expect, and below the video you can click the time code links in the video description. You can click ahead to the parts that apply to you most. Please do leave a comment, like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. In March 2000, when the pandemic shut down dealerships and new car production, the automotive world as we knew it was thrown into chaos. And at the same time, dealerships that were already moving towards more online sales expanded. And 2 years later, there is so much new tech and opportunity, it's hard to fit it all into one show. I was at NADA in February 2020, and while it was innovative, it wasn't survival based. But that's the difference now, because time to market is everything, and inventory is marketplace power. So tonight's lineup is Rob Ruth of Bob Ruth Ford, Jasen Hauk, Black Widow Imaging, Danny Zaslavsky of VINCUE, Jason Rice of Lotpop, and of course Ty Thompson, Cars on the Move. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel, the car shipping business channel, Tuesday nights live. My name is Jay. Mic check 1 2 3. You can see me okay, you can hear me okay. I see the live chat going crazy. Let's do this. First, I want you to feel welcome. Please do feel welcome. ATI, the car shipping business channel. This is for everybody. For everybody in automotive and beyond. But especially in automotive, transportation, dealers, auctions, new cars, used cars, salvage, brokers, dispatchers, all welcome here. So please do feel like you can say hello in the live chat. Awesome. All right, we got the hi sign. We're good to go. Yes, please do say hello in the live chat. Let us know what you're looking for, what you have to offer, how we can help, what you want to share, what you're excited about, maybe what you're not so excited about. This is Auto Transport, so we know that it can be craziness. At the quarter hour, that's in about 10 minutes, we're going to go into industry news, front of the store, back of the store, national news, social media news, continuation of previous news, future news, etc. It's a good segment, so you're going to want to stick around for that. We got some interesting stuff, and we're going to set up what's happening tonight, because what is happening tonight? First, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Rob Ruth. He's a dealer at Bob Ruth Ford. He's going to tell us more about himself and Bob Ruth Ford and how he's been solving problems. And Jasen Hauk, Black Widow Imaging, will then join because he's helping solve problems. You know who else is helping solve problems is Danny Zaslavsky with VINCUE. We're going to learn more about VINCUE. It's technology, and it's helping dealers. And the more we help dealers, the more we move. Cars is the answer. Then we will add Jasen Rice of Lotpop, because he is all about inventory management. And then we'll round out the show with Tim Scatalis of Max Digital. Yes, Thompson of Cars on the Move. He's in the live chat. He will be up here too. So we got a full show. And again, this is another show leading into NADA Show 2022, because it's important that we know more about these automotive trade shows. It is probably the #1 thing that in ATI has led us to growing more relationships, understanding where people are coming from, understanding the other verticals, helping us connect to the verticals, and we are on a mission. We are on a mission to help connect the verticals, and we're seeing sprinkles of success. So I'll tell you what, make sure you stick around. Do me a favor before we go to break. Please do click that share button and then click copy and grab that YouTube link. You can do that. You can email it, text it, share it on social media, and don't forget to let your friends know. Autotransportintel.com. It is a safe zone. Become an ATI insider, and we're here to help. That's what this is all about. So do me a favor. We're going to go into Hello Live Chat right after this. Stick around, because we'll be right back.
The ACV Transportation team is always looking to expand our network to safe and reliable carriers. As an ACV carrier, there are many perks that allow us to become one of the fastest growing carrier partners in the nation. ACV carriers have access to our job board with thousands of new jobs listed every day. You do not need to pay for access, and every job listed is exclusive to our carrier partners. Interested in a job? While you stage a job on the job board, no other carriers have visibility to that job for 15 minutes, giving you time to make the best decisions for your business. Get paid within 1 to 2 business days. Our jobs are exclusively dealer to dealer, which means no more walking in large auction lots to find the vehicle you're looking for. Be one of the thousands of carriers who grew their business in partnership with ACV.
Dealer transportation, peace of mind. Carriers pick up, deliver, and get paid on time. Join the nationwide network at acvauctions.com/ATI. Sign up with Carrier by ACV Transportation. Links are in the live chat. Actually, there's an ACV, we got a carrier app. The ACV Carrier app launch party is coming up. I think it's later this month, actually. Or is that April? Oh, look at this. Hey, what's up? It's Ty. It's Cars on the Move. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. Thank you, Ty. Thank you for the super chat, for supporting the channel and helping out. Man, it is now March, and we have so much going on this month. Paul Machine was just checking in with us today to see, what's our schedule at NADA. Yes, we now have a live schedule. We're going to go live on Friday and Saturday during NADA. Man, there's so much going on. And then we got Car Conference, Moderating Panel. You'll see it in Industry News. So let's do this. Let's jump into the rest of the live chat. Thank you so much, Ty. Let's see. Okay, Vistaga was in here first with blah, 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 and hi. Danny B. What's up, Danny B? Thank you so much, Danny, for ringing the super chat cowbell. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. We're okay. We're good. Danny, we've seen you more and more, and we really appreciate you tuning in, your support, and if there's anything we can do, if you got a business we can help promote, a website, we want to help. Or, question, are you looking for equipment? What are you looking for? Let us know, because we do want to help. Thank you so much, Danny B. Yes, John, LAI Auto Transport. What's going on, John? John is here. John is a carrier on the move. You'll see it in there tonight. Kimberly is here. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Let us know if it's your first time here. Ask your questions. Share your company info. Awesome. Thank you, Kimberly. That's correct. That is all correct. Super Dispatch is here. Hey, what's up, Bennett? Super Dispatch saying hello. JT is here. What's up, JT? Joe Stedman, CDL Test Friday. Congratulations, Joe. Yeah, you know, and that's what's interesting. The more goals you set, the more busy you get. But great job, Joe. Congratulations. That's awesome. And let us know how it goes. And you know what? If not at first, try again, or one of those Yoda sayings. Silver Mint is here. What's up, Silver Mint? Thanks for saying hello and tuning in. Carlos Braxton in the house. Part of the core, the ecosystem in effect. So that's cool. Thank you so much. Tommy Whitmore. Tommy Whitmore from Tampa. Or is it Tampa? Tommy and Tammy from Tampa? Shoot, yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in and saying hello. We got a few more minutes in the live chat. Truth, I got so much stuff in industry news that I can go there anytime. Super Dispatch helps me out. I haven't got a load from you guys. Oh, help me out. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. So there you go. So Tommy, yeah, Ben is here. So Tommy, if you tell Ben in what way you think he can help, then he can help clarify in what ways they can help. And that's good. And that's what this was really, actually, perfect example. Perfect. We were talking to somebody today. Stop guessing was what I said. Because we are guessing. And instead of guessing, let's talk to each other and find out where our assumptions meet your expectations and abilities. And now we're communicating. And yeah, wow, that's way better than guessing. Holy smokes. Moosey is in the house. Hey, what's up, Moosey? Moosey says, hey, Jay and Ty. It is Tampa? All right. Awesome. Yeah, Ty was having fun in Tampa. In fact, Ty was here in Tampa somewhere. Security knows all about it. So, yeah, so that one's for security. All right, I'll tell you what. We really do have no time to waste. We got a big show here. Again, if you've got anything else you want to put into the live chat, feel free to do it. But I know that I can't get to the industry news fast enough. And that's awesome. And really, again, if here's another tip. Oh, do you see this? Watch this. Thank you so much, Super Dispatch. Thanks, ATI Community. Excited to see all the innovation to connect to NADA next week. If you see a Super Dispatch logo, be sure to come by and say hello. Well, that's cool. Thank you very much, Ben and Super Dispatch. And I'm glad to hear that you guys are going to be at NADA. You know, I put it into the, was it on the LinkedIn post, the question? Because here's the question. And again, me and Ty had a conversation. We're teasing it up, but we'll let it, you know, come out organically. But with this conversation today, you know, like, why transportation, or why not transportation? I mean, when we go to automotive shows, you see, like, it's dealer and tech everywhere. I mean, Used Car Week, NADA, Digital Dealer, and what we saw, you know what we saw at Used Car Week? More transportation than ever before. That's right. It is happening. And so it should be happening at NADA as well. Look at that. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much, Mark Rodicke, for the ATI channel. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And that is what's neat, is that I knew it was relevant. When I started it in 2017, I knew it had meaning. And man, that meaning has grown. And I guess it's going to keep growing, because if you don't have inventory, what do you have? I'm not sure. Speculation. You have digital cars. And this is where the OEMs and the dealers now are. Wow. All right, let's get to industry news. It's amazing what's happening. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And yep, and there we go. And there's Super Dispatch and Tommy talking. So do this. Use the live chat. Let's say you've got something to chat in 15 minutes. Do it. Share it. Or if you miss the show live, put it in the comments below. Or if you just don't know what's going on, don't forget, you can go sign up, autotransportintel.com, become an ATI insider, and talk to Ty. Ty is in the live chat. He wants to talk to you. He will share his phone number. He will share his email. And beyond that, it's a family show. So I'll tell you what, we'll be right back after this. Stick around for, we got industry news coming right up.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Do you need an auto shipping quote and broker software that you can trust? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter by Superflow Systems and move with Pro ABD CRM. Visit superflowsystems.com. Links in the live chat. Thank you so much. Here's what we do. We've got, at the quarter hour, we go into industry news, so let's get there. This is show 231 in a row on a Tuesday night. And we're leading into NADA, innovation and acceleration at NADA show. It's hard to sum up what happens at NADA show. When you're there, it is the Disney World of dealer business. You can't believe how big it is. You need at least 2 days. But that's what that. And if you can't go, and we understand, if you can't go, don't want to go, don't know why, etc. Well, then all you got to do is watch ATI, and we'll be live there, too. We'll talk about that, too. We always talk about trade shows. We did a show last year about automotive trade shows. That was a goodie, and we gave the list of trade shows. And we actually, if you saw last Tuesday night, wow. Oh, man. Economics and Statistics Mania with NADA 22 Economics 101, Jonathan Smoke, Alex Yurchenko, John Coles. It was such a great show. If you missed it, you might want to check it out. And that's where I say, always know this, because I know it's a really long show. You go down in the video description, and there are time codes. You can just click on them and just go to, Jonathan's presentation. Don't watch anything else. Just watch Jonathan's presentation. My feelings aren't hurt. Do it. It's a big ecosystem. We've identified it. We talk about it. So then I try to point out which shows are doing what. Dealers, services, and carriers on behalf of OEMs, auctions, shippers, brokers, loads, etc. That's kind of the intersection of the ecosystem. We do the back of the store meets the front of the store, back of the store, transport parking lot, front of the store, dealers, selling cars. We connected on ATI. That's what we do. And 2022, this is the year of the continuation of the adaptation, as I've identified. And when the auction is a packed house, you'll find Ty having hot dogs in lane 8. He is connecting, he's networking, he's bringing dealers, auctions, and carriers together. There's Ronnie from Authentic. Shout out to Ronnie. That's from last week, right, Ty? And there's Ty and Lawrence. Shout out to Lawrence in front of his $1 million load. What's up, Lawrence? This is a shout out to John, Carrier on the Move, LAI Auto Transport. Do you want to be a carrier on the move? Just send in. You got to send in pictures. Here, where do you send it? Send in the news to autotransportintel@gmail.com in the live chat. Right there it is. Let's see here. Oh, there's Ty at ADESA having a good time. Having a party out by the sign. Where I guess it's permissible. And that's the thing. We caught it on camera. There's security, pulling up, toothpicking cards and dice. Hey, what are you doing here? all that stuff. Come on, man. Don't kick us out. We are doing a public service. Really. I'm busy. And that's why, I'm telling you, our ecosystem will push back. They will share the keys and the buckets in the back room of the dealership. Just join us already. Stop. Don't resist the movement. Join us. Because your folks are watching this show in their office and they're sending me photos of it. That is an actual photo of Dispatching Live happening in the dispatch office. It's so cool. Let's see. Oh, this is for... Well, okay. I guess I'm going to try. I think this was supposed to be later, but maybe... It's such big news. Let's just go with it. Carvana was such big news last week, right? Carvana is buying ADESA. Dude, Carvana is buying ADESA Auto Auctions. If you didn't already hear, as if that wasn't even the biggest news last week, because there's really crazy things going on, but Carvana is buying ADESA from Car. Like, I thought that was like Car's main thing. I don't know. But Carvana is buying ADESA U.S. auctions. It's 56 of them. So that was news Thursday. Friday morning, Friday noon, we were doing Cars on the Move. Car selling ADESA. It is our biggest, it's our highest rated Cars on the Move to date. That was a great show. And the reasons why, with the founder and CEO of Carvana, came out that morning. We discussed them at noon, and there's the discussion happening. If you missed that show, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Car selling ADESA on Cars on the Move. And yes, we are going to be live at NADA. Now we're going to go live Friday, March 10th, and Saturday, March 12th in 90-minute blocks. So if you get this notification and you see this image, we're going to be live for 90 minutes. Ty live at NADA. Friday with Black Widow and friends. Saturday with other friends in the West Hall, which you're going to see some of those friends tonight. It's going to be cool. And so NADA, we talk about, go to NADA, go to show.nada.org. Just go to nada.org. Shoot, just Google NADA show and learn more about what this show's all about. I can't say enough about it because there is so much happening. It is a gigantic show in automotive, education, out the wazoo. And you can get the app and find out all the things happening at the show. And they even, check this out, they even have a car hauler on their NADA show YouTube teaser video. So don't tell me it ain't relevant. Stop. Okay, so here's a picture of the Black Widow installation hangman rig at Automotive Logistics, Finished Vehicle Logistics, last year, and also Black Widow rig at Car Conference last summer. Well, Black Widow imaging is back all the time, and you can see, go to booth 6443. It's almost like you need one of them pinball things. Booth 6443. Go to booth 6443. See Black Widow imaging. They're in the North Hall. We're going to show the map. So here it is. Okay, let's say you're in Vegas. Let's say you're at the convention center, and let's say it's NADA showtime. In the North Hall, there's Black Widow imaging. Can't miss them. Just to swing in just a couple fries away from Marty and Doc's Diner, and go ahead and finish your burger and head on over to Black Widow imaging in the North Hall, and that's where we will be live Friday, March 10th. With Ty. Now, we also have other friends on the show tonight. It's not just a Black Widow party, but there's the connections here. Black Widow and VINCUE are partnering for speed to market. So VINCUE is here with us tonight. VINCUE does a lot. Inventory, auction sourcing, market pricing, dealer websites. Danny is here to tell us more about VINCUE. And VINCUE's got a lot of their own news. True Spot, we're going to learn more about True Spot tonight, inventory location services, and then they've got the press. I think this just went out today, the press release. No, last week. Okay, I thought I saw something. But anyways, Danny is doing a lot. Seeing it's all about social media. Danny does a lot of social media, and there's Danny with Lotpop, who's also on the show tonight. Jasen Rice from Lotpop is with us tonight. Danny also had a recent video clip breaking down Carvana's numbers. That was really interesting, Danny. Yeah. And what he did, let me see if I can recall it. Okay. Carvana sourced 48,000 vehicles last year. There's 50 states in the U.S. So 48,000 cars divided by 50 states is under 1,000 vehicles per state that year. Divided by 12 months, you got like what, 80 cars a month? And for Carvana, hey dealers, you can compete with those numbers. Well done, Danny. It was awesome. Let's see. So yeah, VINCUE also talking about Rapid Recon. We're going to find them on the NADA floor map as well. Here is Jasen Rice from Lotpop. He's in booth 5049. 5049. Going once. We're going to see Jasen in his booth. Jasen also hosts Used Cars Weekly on CBT News. And that is, if you go to lotpop.com, you can see the website and start watching the video and learn more about how you can blow away the competition. Tim Scoutalist from Max Digital. You know Tim. He's a friend of the show. He's got a workshop at NADA. He's here tonight. And if we're lucky, maybe he'll tell us a little bit more about it. And this was posted, I think, today. Stop messing around and sell that car. Tim is back with another blog. So social media is such a great way to just share what's happening, current news, information. All right, this is the West Hall at NADA this year. Okay, so we'll be live from the West Hall on Saturday. Is that March 11th? Let's see here. Tell me that's March 12th. So Friday the 11th, Saturday the 12th. All right, cool. That's just in less than 2 weeks. We'll be live from NADA. And so maybe we'll come in through the doors and head on over to VINCUE. Oh, there's Rapid Recon right over there. Also working with VINCUE on a project. And then right we go, just keep going. We'll go over to Lotpop. Look at this. And here, right here is Black Book. Black Book right across from Lotpop. This could be one full tracking shot. You know, like Martin Scorsese style. We go to VINCUE, Rapid Recon, Lotpop, Black Book, and then we just keep on walking past backlot cars. Just keep on going. Go over to Max Digital, say hello, pop the champagne, and yeah, that'll fill 90 minutes. That's awesome. So that's what we're going to probably be doing Saturday, March 12th. You can send in your comments to autotransportintel@gmail.com. Please let me know what news I'm missing, what news we need to talk about and share. And this is how you get your car shipping business news. It is today. This is ATI, and we're here every Tuesday night. You know the drill. You can put it up on the big screen, and let me tell you why. Here's why. Because every Tuesday night, right around this time, we have 5 new questions. That's right, 5 new questions. We're going to play Are You a Car Shipping Guru? This is your chance to ask Larry. Here comes question number 1. Here we go. What year was the first NADA official used car guide published? 1933, 42, 48, or was it 1950? Oh gosh. What year was the first NADA official used car guide published? Oh, it's hard, man. And the years go back. I mean, you could have put 61 and I might have guessed it. I don't know, man. Who can... I think I need to use a lifeline. I have nothing over here. I have no idea. Now I'm just reading the live chats that I missed. Anybody? Anybody want to help me out? Alright, fine, I'll just guess. I was thinking 42, actually. Should have just said it, but I didn't want to be wrong. Oh, the pure pressure. Alright, I'm going to go with 42. Me and Ty have 42. Going once? I know, that's a really hard question. All right, here we go. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2019 Ford Fusion from Boston, Massachusetts to Boise, Idaho? $650, $800, $1,225, $1,450. All right, it's a sedan. It's in Boston. It's going to Idaho. Oof. It's got to be at least $1,225. I'm going to go with $1,450. I hope it's $1,450. Right? Crickets. That's all right. We just keep moving. Hey, man, this is Auto Transport. We are used to crickets. We were born with crickets. All right, $1,450. Party of one. And by the way, did you know you can actually win? If you guess, what you do is you can take your guesses tonight, because we don't have the answers until Thursday. I don't even know the answers. You can go to dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry and submit to win. Mark is here if you have a question. If you want to, maybe you want to debate the question or the answer. All right, question 3. Here we go. What is the average minimum weight of a 2020 Honda Accord? 2,500, 3,200, 4,100, 5,000 pounds. Okay. If I just relax, I should be able to get this one. I think it's 3,200. Now that's, I just read it and said it. She said it and forget it. I read it and said it, and I think that's right. 3,200. I'm going to go with that. Silver Mints. Oh, Silver Mints got... oh, you're going to add 27 cents? You're not going to... Do you know? You know there are brokers that will not go up 27 cents. You know, we know that because we have a show called Dispatching Live on Thursdays at noon Central Time for 90 minutes. Okay, going once. I would think people would be chomping at the bit. All right. That's fine. I know, the views are down. What can you do? Question 4. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2018 Buick Enclave from Austin, Texas to Cleveland, Ohio? Is it $675, $925, $1,290, or $1,650? Most appropriate carrier pay... Buick Enclave, Austin to Cleveland. Yeah. See, now that one, I would say either $925 or $1,290. I think it's $925. I think because people want to go, well, normally want to go north. Ooh, Seltzer says $1,933. Nice. That was on question 1, by the way. So, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 925. I think that's gonna be it. All right, and we'll just go ahead and get to question 5 and get this thing over with. just shoot the game already. Just put it out of its misery. In January 2022, the average luxury car purchase was completed at what amount over sticker price? $1,300, $1,700, $2,100, or $2,500. Wow, average luxury car. Oh man, I'm gonna go $2,500. I'll tell you what. Seriously, could have put a $5,000 on there. Have you seen what some dealers are doing over MSRP, even on a luxury car? Hey man, they got money. If you're buying a luxury car, you have money, which is what I say when you go to ship it. Great. Silverman's got $475.98. Thank you, Silvermint. Well, at least Silvermint's got a pulse tonight. Okay. All right. No problem. We'll keep it going. So that's that is the 5 questions we have tonight. Don't forget, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up. Become an ATI insider, and boy, we couldn't get to the punch fast enough tonight. I sure could use I'll take a momentary break. Do me a favor, because right after this, we're going to go into industry news part 2. Stick around.
If we can capture pictures of the car in under 10 seconds, and you can capture more of them per minute, well, then you're going to have more of those online, and you're going to have more buyers seeing them sooner, and that's going to equate to more revenue.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
So you need help staying loaded or moving a car. That's the voice of Sue. She runs a dispatch office. She's a fully licensed broker. She's my co-host on Dispatching Live. Visit murphyautotransportservices.com. Links in the live chat. Yes, fireworks for Black Widow. That is correct. That is what's happening. So let's do this. Here we go. Part 2 of industry news. So Volvo's going to stop shipping cars to Russia. They said on Monday they would no longer be shipping vehicles to Russia in protest of the invasion of Ukraine. In fact, several automakers announced they would suspend business dealings in Russia in the wake of the country's attack on Ukraine. GM, Volvo, Volkswagen, Daimler Truck all ended vehicle shipments to the country as other manufacturing industrial giants also quickly shut down operations and cut ties to Russian businesses. So nobody thought of this? As well as so many other things? Okay. And how Russia's war with Ukraine will impact the auto industry in general. More shortages globally will get worse. Prices will surely hike even more. Speaking of, follow-up. So you heard that that ship, the Felicity Ace, that was carrying 4,000 VW Group vehicles that had burnt up out at sea, it sank. Yep, they were trying to tow it, and it was taking on water, and it just lost its stability and sank. Cargo lost. 1900 Audi, 1100 Porsche, 500 VW, 189 Bentley, Lamborghini 85. Now at the bottom of the ocean, the whole thing, I don't know, what, $1 billion? And I was reading about why this has happened in several occasions. The Golden Ray, and there's other ships. And in general, it seems to be a balancing, what do they call it, ballast? Balancing the ballast, which is the counterweights, and they're using water to do it. Anyways, gonna have to get that nailed down a little bit better. I'm just speculating. I don't know. And yeah, it was because originally it was 400 million. Nah, it's gonna be more as the loss. Car Global sells ADESA unit to Carvana as it pursues digital pivot. All right, so that is the really big news that we heard. Carvana says the purchase of auction company will expand next day delivery. See, I'm not really a big fan of next day delivery. I don't like that being out there. We went from 2 weeks to, I don't know, 1 week to we'll work around your hair appointment to 2 days. Now it's next day. When do we get? Same day? Is that next? What is that, next year? And then what? 2 hours? And then you can have it your way. We'll digitally fax it. I don't know. But people are sending me, so send in your stuff. This guy sent in a list of available lanes, Carvana dedicated lanes. And here's the prices that he saw. $19.50 a day. They want you to run every day because that's, they're running the going back and forth. You stay in a lane, you hit a truck. You don't hit a truck, but you know what I mean. You connect to another truck or a load or get in a truck. So it's $975 a load. It was 220 miles that he was looking at for 9 cars. Seems like that's part of the industry norm. I don't know. Send it in. Let me know. Carvana opens an Atlanta campus. The new facility becomes one of Carvana's largest locations, currently employing more than 1,500 team members. Did you see how many people are coming over now that Carvana's buying cars at ADESA's auction? 4,500 people. It's a lot of VHS tapes. Oh, they don't do it that way anymore? EBlock buys Fastlane Auto Exchange. What is that going to do? The acquisition of Fastlane Auto Exchange uniquely strengthens the wholesale marketplace for EBlock in Canada and the U.S., offering cross-border, dealer-to-dealer digital auction platform with an end-to-end solution for cross-border buyers. EBlock said that close to 20% of the vehicles in its Canadian marketplace moved to the U.S. and are resold at U.S. auctions. 20%. It's pretty interesting statistic. Repo industry expects a volume uptick in Q2 2022. It's going to happen eventually. And Hyundai Genesis warned dealers on the price markups. This is definitely a thing. OEMs do not like the dealers just marking up willy-nilly. Which is interesting because Stellantis, an OEM, is also saying not only can you not mark up, but if you save anything on your supply chain, we want to cut. And this is what I read, that they, if you're a supplier for Stellantis, you have to sign that whatever happens in the future was expected, and you have to, as a supplier, suck up the cost. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's definitely something happening. Dealers and OEMs, not on the same page. ATI comes to you live 4 times a week. Starts with Tuesday Night Live, which is where we are here. If you have an extra like, please leave it at the door. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, DOT Compliance. If you're starting up and you need help, dispatching live on Thursdays. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, there's DOT Compliance with your DOT guy, Brian Riker. We do have How We Doing. And there's the... When you hear that, you know that means we are looking into How We Doing. And what that is we're going to look at the trailer. How we doing? Are you loaded? Are you doing okay? Are you going to flip it? Are you gonna kill it or flip it? I don't know what it is. Will we find your brakes down the road crying, or are you gonna flip it? We don't want that. Don't do that, man. This guy, somebody posted, this guy was a new business owner already flipping it. Don't do it, man. We want to help. It's not popular, but we're doing it anyways. Don't do it. Load board search advice on Thursdays on Dispatching Live at noon. So after you've learned not to flip it, then we've got to talk about the load boards and booking vintage coffins. Are you gonna move that thing? You gonna do that at 37 cents a mile? Know what you're hauling. Know what you're booking. And we even not only dispatching, we talk about brokering. In the brokering discussion, why would you ever purchase leads? Such a good question. Join us on Dispatching Live and share it with the whole office. Put it on the big screen. Cars on the Move, dealers, auctions, and carriers, and networking and whatnot. That's on Fridays at noon. And this Friday, we have the Car Auction Coach featuring Will Morris. Will Morris is back. Man, he's great. So he's going to join us Friday. Will is reimagining service. He talked about it on a blog. A revealing look at reimagining service. And he sees it in Auto Transport Intel, this bridging of the gap, and so he's excited to come back again Friday. He posted this on LinkedIn. Thank you, Will, and thank you everybody that helps share our information on social media. That's a great thing. We are, yes, I know it's clear. Some people have had enough with the trade show stuff, and it does. It makes me think, man, maybe we should go back to griping and the convoy and this and that. But you know what? There's plenty of people doing that. And so we're going to talk about trade shows, even if it's unpopular. But we love trade shows. We know how great they are. That's why we also go live from trade shows. So let's give that a ding. Car Conference definitely gets a ding, and let me tell you why. Okay, I'm moderating a panel at Car Conference with Midwestern car carriers, Ship Your Car Now, Location Services, Pre-Owned Auto Logistics. That is happening on March 24th. That is awesome. And to celebrate it, VehicleRemarket.com. You can actually type it in right now, VehicleRemarket.com. You'll see this article, Why Consigners, Auctions, Dealers Need to Know More About Auto Transport. There it is. It's real. See, we are breaking through the ice. Auto transport is important, and we're going to keep talking about it. Here's some quotes from the article. Where's my car right now? So this panel, I mentioned who's going to be on it. We know that dealers and auction representatives have many questions for transporters. It's a complicated answer as to where your car is. We will try to shed light on that complicated answer. And this will be a real auto transport discussion. You know, you will know names and faces of auto transport business professionals and understand their business better instead of just guessing. We're all tired of guessing. There will also be, we will be on the exhibit floor. They will be on the exhibit floor. Chase them down and talk to them. So thank you so much, Car Conference. Also, be sure to check out Auto Intelligence Summit. You're not going to be there? Don't know about it? Don't worry. We'll do some live coverage of that as well. We'll keep you informed. Do you know what we're doing next Tuesday night? This is cool. Ty's going to be the full feature next Tuesday night. It's Ty Thompson on the Move, and we'll be talking more about that and what that is. And then 2 weeks from tonight, Car Conference Energy leading up to the Car Conference. See, I told you, we are going to wear you guys out with automotive trade shows. We'll have like 2 viewers and 3 questions that nobody guesses at for the week after week. And then what'll happen is, one day, then someone's going to be like, oh my God, this is the best thing since sliced bread. It'll be everywhere. And then we'll have all kinds of people wondering why they missed so many great automotive trade shows. Do you know what? We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep doing it because we know we are on to something. This is like, you know, in the early days in the California gold strike, the people that got there first, the 49ers. Yeah, we're 49ers, man. All right. This is the Car Should Be Business channel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for jumping in the live chat, being a part of it, seeing what's happening here. And yeah, Ty is the busy correspondence guy. I tell you what, here's what. After this, we're going to bring Ty in, and we're going to set up what we're doing tonight. We have some cool guests, so please do stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with Ty. Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? Frustrating? Time-consuming? At the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit BlackWidowImaging.com to schedule a live demo. Capture more automotive business profit with Black Widow Imaging. High-resolution 4K images for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, port, fleet, insurance, transportation, and more. Schedule your live demo at blackwidowimaging.com. All right, Ty. So here we go, buddy. You're about to join me live, and yep, some cool stuff happening in the live chat, of course. And it's a bit of a quiet night. And you know, I don't know if anybody said where they were, how the weather is. I don't know. It's one of those quiet nights, so that's okay because we have a lot of great information. I'll tell you what, here's one of the things we're doing is that this is a preview. If you've had enough, just wait because this is a preview to what we're going to do at NADA, and wait till you see when Ty is live at NADA, what it looks like, your mind will be blown. So here we go, live on center stage. Now joining us, he is your carrier relations coach, Ty Thompson. What's happening, Ty? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
How's the audio? I'm trying my new mic.
Yeah, no, the audio's good. Oh, it's a new mic or same mic or no?
Same one I use in the transport parking lot, rolling around.
Yeah,
that's right.
Rolling around the
transport
guys?
parking lot.
Oh,
I forgot
man.
to tell you, the guy made sure that I understood what his name was. His name was Captain. I said, "So what's your name, Captain?" He said, "Okay, I got it, but what's your name, Captain? Now you can leave." So, but forget that. I'm really excited about tonight's show. I've been thinking a lot about it. I've read a lot about it. And the reason I'm excited is because what do I always say, Jay? I always say, love the dealer, right? And when I get, you know me, I get super excited when we have a dealer on, because that's like, to me, that's them getting better. And we're gonna have Rob, we're gonna have Jason, we're gonna have Jason, and we're gonna have Tim, dealer
Danny.
guys, and Danny. I forgot, and Danny. And so I think, man, Danny's a dealer. He's got a car lot. He's doing it every day. Rob's a dealer. He's doing it every day. Jason, he's doing it every day. Jason's doing it. I mean, so I get pretty excited when we have dealers on. So I'm really happy that they took the time to come on and really show us what's happening.
Well, and that's the thing is that, seriously, you know, we see this. I mean, because I'm kind of pointing it out. I'm not, you know, I have a hard time shying away from the elephants in the room. And the elephant in the room is that when we do these dealer shows, we get some drop off in viewers because it's not a trailer show. It's not a, you know, how do I make a ton of money with one car in this? And the thing is, and I'm saying it because we also know on the other side of that coin, do you think a lot of dealers want to tune into an auto transport show? And it doesn't make sense, because how do you get your inventory? Ty, how do you get your inventory?
Well, I go ask the dealer where he gets his inventory.
Well, how does he get it? Yeah, exactly. Where does he get it?
Well, and you know, just like today, it's really different. And I was thinking about Danny a lot. I was thinking about VINCUE. I mean, it's like, okay, wait a minute. We're talking about vehicle acquisition, right? So as a transporter, I just want to haul cars. Well, let's talk about vehicle acquisition for just a minute. What is that? And what does that mean to the dealer? And why is that important to you? And why do you want the dealer to succeed? Why do you want that dealer to buy cars? Oh, so he can sell cars. What happens when he sells cars? He's got to go get more cars, and that's when he needs you. So the more you understand what a dealer has to go through every day, the more opportunity you have as a carrier to serve the guy. So when we bring dealers on here, I mean, I really get excited. I do. Because this is real life. And no dealer does it the same exact way. I don't, and these guys will tell me I'm right or wrong, but I don't.
Whatever you were doing 10 years ago literally doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, like today, I was thinking about Rob and having him on, you know, what are you going to ask Rob? I mean, I kind of get a little nervous when I have dealers around because I like these guys so much. I get excited. So I was thinking, you know, okay, let's go back to 2018. Don't even do 19, just go 18. Do you remember what you were doing in 2018? You were buying cars and selling cars, right? And you had a plan, and you did the same thing that you did last week, and the same thing you did last month, and the same thing you did last year, and it seemed to be working okay. Oh shoot, something happened. And you know, everybody has a different story of how that happened. So because of the platform, because of ATI, because this is where you go to ATI and you sign up, like Jay says it, right? Do it, Jay. Say it.
Sign up.
Yeah. So you go sign up and you get a phone call from some guy named Ty, and he starts asking you questions like, who's your customer? Pretty basic, right? Let's skip the equipment for a minute. Time out. Let's talk about who is your customer and how are you going to make money? That's what I want to know. And this right here is what we're getting ready to step into. It is really beautiful because it's a relationship. And I don't think anybody on here will say, nah, I don't like relationships with my carriers.
That's the funny thing. The only constant through all of the change is relationships. That's the only thing that's still the same.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
it's
good.
so funny.
So
Relationship.
that's what I'm excited for. And yeah, I'm excited. March is going to be busy. It's going to be crazy good. I'm excited about it. There's so many great things happening for this channel, for this community right now, that behind the scenes, that, I mean, Jay doesn't even know half the stuff that I know, and I don't know half the stuff Jay knows, but we're both building the same thing, which is community relationships, auto transport, dealers, auctions, carriers, technology, all these verticals. They do have a place for the guy that has a truck and a trailer. They really do. They're a really big part of this conversation.
And that's the thing. I think that's the thing too. And this is why I talk about, perspective, meaning, and the gap. And we're trying to create this bridge. Is that we have some really neat things happening and coming up. And we really, there's so many people that I really want for them to be a part of it. Because you're growing a business. When you started talking about blue sky, building a business that you can sell, that goes to the heart of, what are you doing? Because you don't just tread water, do you? No, you're going somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's a safe place. Jay said it in the beginning. It is a safe place. I understand when you call, you're calling because you're trying to figure something out. And really that's what we're here for. And we talk to carriers, new carriers, old carriers. We talk to fleets. We talk to auctions. We talk to dealers. I mean, and by the way, I'm not telling you to go do something that I'm actually not doing. That's what I was doing in Florida for the last 4 weeks. I was going to auctions, getting kicked out. I was going to dealers, making friends. And I was talking to every car hauler I saw. Didn't matter where they were. If they were behind a store, anybody that's ever listened to me, Ty says, if you see a car hauler, look behind the dealership, go in there, ask him what he's doing, look at his equipment, ask him how he likes it, and just watch and see and listen. And you'll learn a lot from a guy unloading a car in the middle of the street. Just don't get ran over.
And so then how about, let's go further, because Rob will be here in a few minutes. We're going to start with Rob, the dealer. Rob Ruth is a dealer. All right, so there's the guy in the middle of the street unloading, right? Maybe at a dealership. Let's put him at a dealership.
Yeah, for a 5-lane highway, he's in the turn lane.
Right.
There's cars going everywhere.
Right.
Do you think he wants me to stop and ask him about his truck and trailer? No.
But here, let's do it. Okay, so he finished. So let's say he unloads. Let's take you out of that equation for a moment, and let's say he's at a dealership, and he's a professional carrier, and he wants to grow his business. What should happen? He's delivering at the dealer. Delivers all 5 cars. Walk me through this. What should happen to grow business?
Hopefully, here's the big hope. Be careful with this one, because if you're late and you've lied 6 times already to the dealer that you would have been there 4 hours ago, 2 days ago, just drop the car off, say you're sorry, don't even ask for a dime, and get out of there, because your name is mud now. Okay, and that's the kind of real talk that I like, because that's what really happens. And that's when you walk out the door, that dealer is going to make sure that he remembers to never use you again. Let's start with that. Okay. Now let's back up and say you're on time, you did a good job. Guess who's excited to see you? Guess who wants to shake your hand? Guess who wants to say thank you? Well, no, I've made it on time, and everybody was rude and busy, and nobody wanted to talk and say, okay, well, at least talk to the guy, tell him you appreciate your business, tell him where you run, where you're from. Oh, you don't know where you're from or where you run because you're on a load board and you're chasing money? That could be a problem, right? So I guess what I'm going for here is appearance is important, cleanliness, smell yourself, keep an extra bottle of cologne, deodorant around, maybe have a little toothbrush, make sure you don't have stuff in your teeth. Walk in, thank you, I appreciate your business. My name's Ty, I'm the transport guy, and I transport cars from here to here all day long, every day, every month, every year, all the time. This is me and this is my lane. So, and the more you develop that relationship, and the more you find out where the dealers are getting the bulk of their inventory, the better your chances are of becoming a division of their business, actually. I mean, it's happened to me multiple times. Ty, you just take care of it. I don't want to mess with it. I sell cars. I buy cars. I'm like, all right, I like that. Thank you. So there you go. That's it.
All right, so let's do this. I'm going to bring in, I'm going to change up the order.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is, I think it's time. Let's do this. I'm gonna bring in Jason. So here do we do? Flip it. We're gonna because we wanted to bring in Rob first, but he can't join at the moment.
What about Rice? Is Rice around?
And he's not in the waiting room yet. We've got Danny or Jason. Exactly.
Danny.
This is what live is. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking let's bring in Danny first, and then we'll bring in Jason. Danny's got so much stuff in the news.
I know, and I want to tell Danny something. I can't wait to tell. I got two things I'm waiting to tell Danny.
Okay. All right. So Danny, this is your heads up. Get ready because you're about to join ATI Live on the Car Shipping Business Channel. This is the first time for Danny Zaslavsky to appear live on Auto Transport Intel. We're letting him into the Zoom room now. Please do say hello in the live chat if you get a chance. If you missed the show live, you can put it in the comments below afterwards. And I know Danny is joining now. So here we go. Danny, can you see us and hear us okay?
I sure can. Good afternoon or good evening. Oh my goodness.
Right, good evening. Good. Well, the days go fast. So, all right, Danny, it's your first time here. Please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you and VINCUE.
Sure. First of all, hello. My name is Danny Zaslavsky. I'm the managing partner of VINCUE, and I also have a car dealership in Kansas City called Country Hill Motors. So VINCUE was born out of a desire to bring together disparate systems where we at the car dealership, and I know we weren't alone, we're using multiple systems to kind of solve the same problem, which we called the automotive life cycle. So from point of appraisal to merchandising and the insights that we needed in order to identify how to price the vehicle, and then the exit, and then taking that information and using it to identify a unified buying plan. Like, what do we do to buy the right cars? Where do we go to buy those cars? And so Chris Hauk and I are business partners and created VINCUE that works to solve those problems for dealerships across the country.
So that sounds like a long, because I looked at your website. I mean, it's a long journey, right? This is what you just said in the short amount of time. How many years and how much sweat equity are we talking about to build all that?
Yeah, the first piece of code was written in like late 2015, early 2016. And for the first 3 years, because it is a heavier system that requires a lot of data, we really were focused on making sure that we were solving the problem, which for us, in the those of us that are pricing cars on a daily basis or appraising cars on a daily basis, it's very easy to get complacent and trust an algorithm, meaning, what's the cost to market, what's the price to market, because at some point you stop looking at the comparables or like, what's that algorithm about? And so we were really focused to make sure that the comps were accurate, because I didn't want to be competing with a flood of Hertz rental cars that were coming into the market, or lemon law buyback cars, or inventory that wasn't going to allow me to get what we call the highest authentic value of my car. So other people call it the race to the bottom, and I didn't want to be a part of that. So we worked really hard to make sure that our data was accurate, and created many lines of data feeds in order to give dealers the ability to get very accurate comps and full transparency. So that's where it started, and that took about 3 years to get right. And today, using that foundational system, we've been able to continually add all these layers of solutions and skills, with most recently our private party acquisition system. So we bring in all the private party data across the country in every market and allow dealers to connect directly with consumers, eliminating any middle person and buy cars just as they sell cars. And we have actually a guy that's joining us later, Mr. Rob Ruth, is a VINCUE client, and last month bought 241 cars directly from the public using our system. So that's saving whatever it is, I don't even know right now, $400 or $500 acquisition fees per times 241, do the math. So which is a skill that we're privileged to have today because of the work we put in early to make sure the system was strong enough to support it.
Whoa. That's why I like having guys like Danny on here, because when they talk, I'm like, oh man, what did he just say? My brain's going like this. It's amazing. By the way, Danny, here's the two things. Number one is I've met your dad several times at the auction. He doesn't know my name, but we know each other. That kind of relationship. Like, hey, I love your Psycho Bunny jacket. He's like, it's the coolest guy. I love watching him at the auction. He's a hustler for sure. And then I've been by, I told, we had VinCue on here it's been months ago, and you couldn't make it, somebody else showed up. And I told him, I said, I'm going to swing by the store and I'm going to shake Danny's hand. So I stopped by twice. I missed you both times, but I met Chad. Chad, apparently, I think I got his name right. Chad came from listen to this, guys, this is great. Chad, I think, came from V, Victor, B, boy, C, cat. V, B, C. Did I say it right, Danny?
Hmm?
Okay,
Yep,
so tell us what that is. I know what it is, but I want you to tell us, what is VBC and what does that matter to a car hauler?
So we call it our vehicle buying center, and the vehicle buying center is my dad, which Ty, it's awesome that you've met him and know him. My dad in the early days was innovative because he bought some Nextel phones and passed them around to new car dealers and said, hey, if you're bidding a car, page me and I'll tell you what it's worth and then I'll come buy it. And we started buying cars because we learned early on, if you buy it right, selling's not the problem. So creating these honey holes or these captive places to make sure your procurement is strong is really important. Well, our VBC is that's what they do. They look for opportunities to buy cars and they work on that buying plan. So he came out to greet you because he's a buyer, and we train him to buy cars.
Yeah, super great team, by the way. Beautiful lot too, guys. If anybody out here ever gets a chance to go check out, it's Country Hill Motors. Is that right?
That's right.
It's Country Hill Motors, and I drive by it all the time. It's on what is that? 35 and what is Shawnee? Right by? No, it's the one before Shawnee.
Yeah, 67. We were
67.
at Johnson Drive in I-35 for 23 years. It's where I grew up. It was the old Merriam gas building, and then we actually sold it to IKEA, believe it or not, in Quick Trip. So we owned a section of both properties, and today they sell furniture and gas.
Well, I know where those two places are too. I didn't know you guys owned it before they went in there. That's a pretty beautiful piece of property also. But one of the things that I've always found just really cool about your lot, just driving by, I never know you guys. I mean, I know your dad, and so when I drive by, I'm always like, go, Country Hill, go. Your lot is absolutely packed, full of cars. Okay, so as you're going north on 35, you're going to see, if you're looking to your right, you're going to see CarMax. You're going to see just a sea of cars. And as you're coming, the hill goes down. You look as the hill goes right back up, Country Hill, another packed lot of cars. You go to the next store and it's empty. You look across the highway and they're struggling. And I look at this and I think, okay, Danny has to know something here. Because his lot is always full. Good job, by the way. It always looks beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we try. We work really hard. We learned that there's these segments that we pay attention to, because it used to be that in the early days we didn't accept finance. We were cash only, and we were in the $3,000 to $12,000 price range. That was our segment in the late 80s, early 90s. And then we figured out that those cars are very hard to get, and they're very hard to get when in good condition. And we had to often do more reconditioning to those cars to make them really right. And the people that were buying them didn't have another car in their driveway to just switch to. People buying $30,000 and $40,000 cars often had many cars in the driveway, or several, right? So they had options. So we knew it was a responsibility for us to make sure to provide a good product. And that is how we cut our teeth. And today we continue to serve in a $5,000 to $15,000 price range. And that's really our specialty. And then we have a lot of cars in that $20,000 and $30,000 price range as well. But we work to make sure that they're unique. They're harder to find. And that also means we have to look outside our backyard and use transportation to get those vehicles to us.
Right, absolutely. And so I want to kind of take this VinCue. Jay, how are we? Who's coming in? Are we okay? I don't want to.
Yeah, we're doing great. What we'll do is we'll add Jason Rice in a few minutes, but we're good. We have plenty of time.
Okay.
So go ahead.
All right. This VinCue, okay, I know you already told us, so I'm a little slow, and I'm not a car dealer, but it's how to acquire cars, acquisition of vehicles, right? A smarter, faster, better way that reduces money, expense. So the expense being an auction buy or sell fee, right?
That's one of it.
I think, and I don't know this, but I think, isn't VinCue kind of designed to be in like a radius or an area of where, say, the dealer is? Is that right?
Yeah. So VinCue at its core, and we actually call it our core, is an inventory management, market pricing acquisition system. So inventory management means this is where you use our system to appraise a car. You use our system to then, when you buy a car, merchandise it, get all the correct options, features, packages. And then you also use our system for acquisition. And we believe those things belong together because it's the inputs you need in order to make a profitable decision. And with acquisition, again, back to that original idea is you make your money when you buy the car, right? Having an understanding of each segment, so whether it's a minivan, compact car, sedan, SUV, and then the brands within that segment, and then the price buckets within that segment relative to a dealership in a area, whether they have one store or 17 stores, and where that car should go to get the biggest value. That's what our system does, and gets you right to the inventory so that you can make profitable decisions. So instead of sitting and searching on an auction and trying to hunt and peck and say, well, that looks good, and instinctively, I think I did good with that one last month, you have real numbers to see what your grosses were in that segment and where to go straight to those cars. And you can go straight to the public and make a list on Facebook and Craigslist and AutoTrader and KSL and all these sites that allow you to see private party inventory and then make offers direct to consumer and communicate just like you would with a consumer that you're selling a car to, and make real relationships. Again, it cuts out the middleman. There's no transaction fees because we don't believe in that. We believe that the way that dealers are going to continue to succeed in today's market is to own their backyard. And they do it the same way they sell cars. And today, that's how they do it to buy cars.
I want to ask this. That is so, with such a high level of technology there. I mean, are you integrated with transportation to take?
I love that you say that. Yeah. So we are actually working on that right now with a couple of dealers where the dealers that are finding it hard, maybe they're rural dealers that don't have a big market to pull from. Let's consider, why do auctions exist, right? Auctions exist to create confidence between a buyer and a seller. That's it. And if we can solve for that, then you can do it with consumers. And in between that, in order to solve for that confidence, you need to make sure that money exchanges hands in a way that is safe, and you need to make sure transportation is happening. And so we are working with haulers that allow us to do brokering so that we can, whether the vehicle needs a CR, condition report on that car, and then we can pull a trigger, push a button, send a transport, and get that vehicle picked up. So Rob is actually doing that today with cars outside of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, and he can speak to that a bit. And we've got other dealers doing the same. The magic happens when you have the people within the organization that have that job responsibility. Because if you, in a VBC, traditionally you have somebody who's responsible for the relationship, somebody who's responsible for the acquisition, meaning the numbers, and somebody who's responsible for the execution. The execution is where those logistics come in for either picking up the car, all the things that are required to get that vehicle on the lot.
What are you seeing from that perspective? Because you've been using VinCue, you know it. So if you're buying cars, say in the Kansas City Metroplex, I would assume you've cut down a tremendous amount of transportation costs as well. Is that fair?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So what we cut when you're buying directly from the public locally, what you're saving is auction fees, post-sale inspection fees, transportation fees, what I call expert tax or stupid tax, because you're competing with other experts and raising your hand and getting bid up and up and up. And believe it or not, reconditioning. I didn't believe it until I did the math. Cars that you buy from the public, you get to actually authentically spend some time with and negotiate any reconditioning because it's the right thing to do. At the auction, you don't know what you're buying, and often you're buying things that need to be resolved, and that costs money. So, and who pays for that ultimately? The consumer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. And that's one of the things, again, that I thought was really cool about the VINCUE concept, because I talk to these guys that want to be car haulers. They sign up on Jay's ATI, sign up. I get to talk to them, and I always say, start in your backyard. If you live in a big metroplex area, go talk to car dealers, find out what they're doing, how they're acquiring cars, the acquisition of a vehicle, how do they buy the car, where do they get it? And then as you start to see that unfold, a guy like Danny, and I'm sorry if I'm going to speak out of turn here, just slap me and tell me shut up, but I think a guy like Danny is probably willing to pay somebody a little more money to get the car picked up and to get it back to the lot or wherever Danny wants it, because Danny just saved a lot of money over here, and over here. And if you provide a guy like Danny quality service, yeah, I'm on my way, I'll get it, I'll be back in an hour.
Absolutely.
However long it takes. Danny, I'm thinking, am I right, Danny?
Yes, you're absolutely right, because that's the thing that in order for us to scale, because we know how many cars we need to buy in order for us to sell them. And we think a little differently. We've always thought, I think, a little differently. My acronym is WAR, wholesale auction retail. That's what it stands for. So wholesale is when I sell to another dealer, auctions when I sell to the auction, and retail is when I decide to retail it. So we're buying wholesale pieces to wholesale, both inexpensive and expensive. 20, 21 Denali's and things that I probably won't retail off my lot, but I will wholesale to another dealer. And so those relationships that my dad cultivated early on still exist today, and more of those do, like with Harley Davidson stores that trade for cars all the time, and Camping Worlds that trade for cars all the time. And those are captive audiences for us to do business with, and those relationships can exceed state lines. So we can bid those cars and have transportation pick them up and bring them to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's so well organized that, and this could be why we hear some dealers frustrated with transportation, because you've got everything in place. You got to figure it out. This is the money you're planning to make. These are the vehicles you're planning to acquire. These are the vehicles you're planning to sell. These are the values, this and that. Where's the car? Where's the transport guide? I mean, why, right? Why is that stopping progress?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That's a terrible problem to have at that point.
And I know Jasen might be joining us tonight, but Jasen Hauk with Black Widow, we, on the other side of that is the issue of when you buy a car, now you own it, and now there's, or at least there was, such a fight to get it online. And we've worked to solve that, and that's something we're unveiling at NADA and just put a press release out. But I'm happy to share more about it tonight if you're open to it.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. So here's what we've got. We've got a reordering. Since we're live, we're doing this on the fly. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring in Jasen Rice from Lotpop. We're going to bring him in next. So Jasen, get ready. Here comes Jasen Rice from Lotpop, and he's going to join us now. And we're going to keep talking about the value of good inventory management, what that means to the dealer. Ty loves to talk about loving the dealer, so we're going to keep that rolling. Here's Jasen Rice with Lotpop. Jasen, can you see us and hear us okay?
Yes. Can you hear me all right?
We see you. We hear you. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Please do me a favor. Jasen, this is your first time on ATI, so please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about you and Lotpop, please.
All right. Jasen Rice, Lotpop. started the car business in 97 at a Ford store selling cars. And then I actually selling cars off the internet in 1998, early 2000s. I wrote articles and about that process. And, most of my 8 years on the retail end was running internet departments. And I did GSM at an independent lot for a little bit. But transitioned into about 05, I joined a gentleman named Dale Pollock, who created what you guys now know as maybe V Auto, if everybody's aware of them. And now that was back in 05. It was actually Empower Auto. It wasn't even V Auto yet. And it just basically scored out vehicles of how you own it to wholesale, right? What Danny said earlier was if you learn to own it right out the gate, retailing is the easy part. So first started out scoring wholesale, and then we realized, well, kind of doesn't matter as much as how you own it to wholesale book values. It's what you retail can retail it for. And anyways, it spent 8+ years there. And what the benefit of that is I got to spend I literally stepped into thousands of dealerships across this country, the good, bad, the ugly, the small to the largest in the country, good operators, average operators, bad operators. And, I just seen a constant struggle that, one used car manager managing 100 cars plus 10 salespeople. They got heat deals in service. They got guy calling in sick. They got the wholesale and transportation company calling them and transport issues, and auction people calling them about picking up cars and stuff. And, when it came to inventory management, they just kind of scrambled and did what they needed to do just to kind of get the job done. And they really weren't effective at managing kind of a lot of the key metrics. So I left V Auto 8 years ago, started the company Lotpop. And, we were trying to, and going back with Danny with VINCUE, V Auto is an inventory management tool like VINCUE, like Max Digital. I think Tim's joining us later. There's Dealers Link, there's Inventory Plus, there's multiples of inventory management tools. But what I found was, again, let's focus on the lot. Those tools bring in so much, like you guys said. You feel like what Danny brought to the table was a lot of information, and they do a great job in slicing and dicing a car. And I was trying to figure out a way to slice and dice the lot for the managers, because they show up every day to manage their physical lot, and they know certain things that they want. But when it came to their digital lot, it was kind of hard other than just managing their cars. So we created Lotpop 8 years ago to help track the metrics. Our biggest push, again, over those 8+ years of V Auto, what I realized, the guys that were making gross and volume, those dealers were pushing out 60 to 70% of their sales in the first 30 days. Most dealers know the best time to make the most money on a car is while it's fresh in their lot. It's an appreciating asset most times other than the past year or so, but it's going to bounce back out to that. So when we know that you're going to make the most money when the car is fresh, if you focus on selling as many cars in the first 30 days, again, our best stores will sell 60 to 70% in that first 30 days. If dealers struggle with that or trying to maintain and do that, there's multiple metrics that you need to be paying attention to. Like Danny said about Black Widow and turnaround time, goes back to transportation. How fast can I get a car transported? How can I get it in and out of my service? How fast can I get a photo described online? How effective can I be in a good price point out the gate to then start making adjustments faster? So, when we focus on that first 30, it's a trickle down effect. And there's just all these, if you're not hitting those type of numbers, then why? Did my photos get behind? Did my average investment go up? Am I tracking too many trucks on my lot, not enough cars? Am I bringing in the wrong inventory, like slower movers? And my pricing going up? There's all these things that cause an effect. And that's the stuff we're tracking. We score it out. We help point those issues out to dealers and say, hey, this is a problem on your lot. These are the cars causing those problems. Now let's dip in the VINCUE to figure out everything else we need to do on that car. So we're now starting to integrate internet leads into that. And that's why I brought my internet background. And when we started integrating internet leads, because CRMs really don't talk about the cars a lot, and then we're bringing in the inventory and mixing those two together, just like dealers do on their physical lot. They show up every day to greet customers and sell cars, and manage that. But on digitally, it's kind of tough because, again, some tools, they just don't speak together. And that's kind of what we've done is, I would say, we kind of create our own lane of a lot management system. We just help them control what they control. Because, again, the market data or wholesale data can't control a lot of that stuff. So that's a little bit of my background. I don't know if that was long-winded or not, but
It was awesome.
Appreciate it.
Whoa.
We needed that.
No,
And
here's what's really.
I'm a customer of Lotpop, and so every week our team is doing calls with his team, and they're incredibly valuable to us, both from acquisition and pricing. And Jason really gives us the ability to see both short and long tail trends that normally, because in the car business we're taught to live and die by the day, by the week, and by the month, and so his system allows us to work on the business, not just in the business. It's a very powerful solution.
Well, first time I ever saw Jason was he has a YouTube channel, and I caught his first one I ever caught. He was talking about buckets, and I sat there and watched that, and I thought, man, I have no idea exactly what he's talking about, but it makes sense. And then I kept following him on YouTube, found him on LinkedIn, met him at Used Car Week last year, and just absolutely the most respect for this guy in the world. So again, thanks, Jason, for coming on and sharing all your information. But I love the buckets too. Tell us about the buckets.
Well, again, it goes, some of the buckets, we tend to look at inventory at 15-day increments, 0 to 15, 16 to 30, 31, 45. So those are the buckets. And you can actually, if a dealer's struggling, sales are slowing down, you see these cars just moving from one bucket to the next bucket to the next bucket, and it's causing the aging problem. So we focus again a lot on that first 30, that kind of bucket, but also called middle bucket, which is your 31 to 60. And that middle bucket management is almost as important, if not more important, than the first 30. The reason why is, especially nowadays, and what's happening right now, those 30, 40, 50-day-old cars, they're not fresh anymore, and they lose a lot of attention that way. They're not aged yet, so they lose a little bit of attention that way. So that's a lot of times when we see managers, when they're struggling, they're dealing with all the stuff I was talking about, the heat deal, the six. A lot of times when they actually could sit and do price adjustments, it's on lunch at the desk, eating a sandwich, desking a deal, and then flipping through and doing price changes. That's typically how sometimes these managers manage their inventory, and that middle bucket gets ignored. It's not fresh, it's not aged. And then also those 30, 40-day-old cars, a lot of times probably need to be attacked more if they have an aging policy. In our end, we like a 60-day policy. If they have an aging policy, by the time it's 40 days old, you only got 3 weeks left. And in order to probably make the adjustment you need to do to get that car gone in the next 3 weeks, it's a hard pill to swallow a lot of times, because they're looking at it going, man, in order to price it where I need to price it, I can barely replace this car for this kind of money. So they kind of hold out and hope somebody comes in and gets them out of this situation. And what tends to happen is those cars age before you realize it. It's kind of like, 10 years down the road, and you get on the scale and all of a sudden go, where these 50 pounds come from, right? So all of a sudden these cars just go through an age and they're like, dang it, and they got it. So middle bucket management, I think, is almost as more important than really that first 30, because those are the tough. It's easy to address a fresh car. We got to get photos, price, description. It's easy, sometimes easy. It's not fun, but it's easy to address age cars. We know, hey, it's 70 days old. We got to blow it out. Like Danny said, do we wholesale it? Do we give it, see if another dealer wants it? Do we just blow it out and retail it? But so those a little bit easier attack. It's those 40-day, 50-day-old cars that it's a hard pill to swallow. And then if they don't get aggressive, they age. And, that's where we really focus on is, if any of those buckets are off, if I'm carrying 20% in one of these buckets and I'm only selling 10% out of that bucket, something's going to happen, right? If I don't address that problem, that's what we talk about. Work the facts, WTF, work the facts. That's factual. You have 20% of your inventory. The last 2 weeks, only 10% is going out. If you don't increase that sale rate in that bucket, that 10% is going to bleed through to the next. And, again, to be ordered, and then you got to figure, if that's a problem, know it, recognize it, try to fix it, figure out what cars are in there, try to figure out what cars are causing that problem. And like I said, that's where you piggyback into your inventory management tool to do a deeper dive.
So if you're a transport guy, Jason just told you all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, a lot of stuff to pay attention to. Because back when Ty was doing it, the old inventory, the aged inventory, I would get a phone call. Ty, I've got 30 cars sitting here. They're 120 days old. I need them to go to the auction. Send them up to ADESA, Kansas City, Manheim, Kansas City, Americas, wherever. So we would go load them up. So if you're listening to Jason, he said, and also Danny said it, right? WAR, remember Danny's acronym, WAR? wholesale, auction, retail, right? I say there's a war going on amongst the auctions. I mean, the auction itself is the physical auction's got a lot of heat right now. They got people wanting to close their doors, don't let the dealers in. Might be a bad idea, maybe not. I don't know. You've got all these backlot auctions. You've got ACV auction. And you've got guys that are finding ways to buy cars without any of it. And so if you want to be a transport guy and you really want to be a good transport guy, now we've got to figure out what are they doing with their old inventory, their aged inventory, and their trade-ins. Because if you listen to Danny, then you listen to Jason, it could just be pick up the phone and call my buddy at Harley Davidson or down the street, Audi or Chevy or whoever, used car dealer, new car dealer. Hey, I got a 2021 Tahoe. It's right up your alley. You want it? Yeah, buy it. Done. Nobody touched it. It's gone. But what about all these other cars? I don't know. What do you do with them? Well, some we send to the auction, I guess. Is that right? Some we put out the back door. Some we just put out on the curb and say, take it. But it's good. This is why I love having car dealers on. I mean, they are throwing so much information at you so fast that you really need to pay attention. And Jason's right. Danny knows this. Both of these guys know this. That manager, when you walk in there, you got about this much time, maybe. And that might be just to get an appointment to come back next week. I mean, they have a lot of responsibility. They're not being jerks. They just have a lot of responsibility. And you need to respect that as a carrier, respect that anywhere you go. Am I right, guys?
Right.
And I'm thinking, like, the way, the level at which this is being thought through, we need to go back into our transportation laboratory and try to think of our business in this manner as well. Like, if a running lane isn't working out, let's WTF this thing, right? And what, Danny, what you said about accurate comps, every transporter knows that when there's an inaccurate comparable rate, well, I moved it last week for that rate. Okay, well, what was that? And what was going on last week? Okay, it was sunny last week, and it was a tiny Fiat. This week, it's a 2500, and there's ice everywhere. It's not going to be the same rate. And,
You're exactly right.
Right?
So comps matter.
Comps matter. Yes. And I know on the load boards, you can get comped to death as if everything was the same car. And it's not.
So what do you? I'm sorry, Jay, but what? So what? This is interesting. The wholesale and the old inventory has always been an interesting beast to me. Not really being a dealer, that's where I make my money. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, is that really how it works? The way you guys said it, like, okay, we've got a unit, whatever that unit is, because you've been in the business for so long, you know that can go here and do okay, or go there. So kind of walk us through that, if you don't mind.
So I can speak to it from the individual unit, and I think Jason can certainly speak to it from a market perspective. From the individual unit, when you're looking at, we call it an RMV, retail market value screen. It's like the screen that gives you all the data, the books, the comps, the percent to market, cost to market, all the things you need in order to price a car. Well, that center zip code, like where's the physicality of that car, matters, because if you take that car and you change the zip code, perhaps you have 10 stores, and those 10 stores are across a 30, 40, or maybe more, maybe a 400-mile radius, right? Maybe you have stores up and down California. Where that car is matters because the market's going to be different. So often in dealer groups, you can take an old aged inventory piece and move it to another store and turn it into a profit. And it takes a little bit of technology to be able to identify that opportunity, and it takes some transportation to move it there. And together, that's what you call, or what I call, a process. And so before you take that car and wholesale it to somebody else to make money, you have an opportunity, if you have a group, to shift that vehicle and have a process attached to that. And that's not innovative, that's not new, that's something that is already happening, but I think it's being thought about differently today than it was even a few years ago.
Well, and I just want to say, truth is that I think one of the problems is that owner-operator is going to be able to manage one lane and so many vehicles. And if you're a company, you're managing many transportation groups, individuals, etc. And I would think, Danny, I mean, you really need a transportation business with sub-haulers or Rolodex, you know, something that you can rely on rather than piecing together 100 owner-operators into a network. That's a whole business in itself. And there are businesses that do that.
Okay, one more time. Okay, because I'm slow, but one more time. So, Lotpop, Jason Rice, VINCUE, Danny. Explain to me one more time the connection here for fun.
Well, I guess I take that on my end. Obviously, you know, Danny what I love about Danny is you'll be hard pressed to find any software vendor partner that actually runs the dealership too on top of it. So I think, you know, that's unique alone. But two is the, you know, what we're doing. We rely on data out of, just like Danny would rely on with VINCUE relying on market data off of AutoTrader, Cars.com, off of dealers' websites. They're looking at the market data. We are relying on that inventory management data in our system and saying, okay, they see the car, they see similars in the market, they see the book out, they see retail asking price and so forth. And we're saying, okay, now let's take that data, but slice it up into your lot and manage it, your lot based on the data coming out of there. Because again, what I found was with our first 30 focus, if I get dealer to understand that and want to approach that, again, there's just tons of metrics. And, you know, my 8+ years with vAuto, you know, I didn't create a tool to just mimic a vAuto. I'm not a pricing management tool. I'm not, there's like, again, going back to what Danny said, there's just so much computer and data and what they're tracking and everything that they're doing. There's just so much there that I just don't want to go down that path. He took years to get to where they're at. But again, what I found was with the inventory management tool, because they're so focused on cars, I want to focus on the lot. And so I rely on partnerships or dealers using a tool like that. Like I said, we've, in my eyes, kind of created our own lane of you have a CRM, you have or, you know, your customer relations system, you have your DMS, so dealers run out of the DMS. They have an inventory management tool. I kind of, again, focus ourselves as a lot management tool, and I'm trying to integrate inventory to CRM data, eventually to recon data, just basically help a manager find those high points of issues and recon, and then, or in inventory, okay, here's a high point of issue on your lot. Now go into your inventory management tool, fix that, get a deeper dive, fix that problem. Here's a internet lead management follow-up problem. Okay, now let's dig in, go into your CRM, find the customers causing that problem. Now go in your CRM and dig deeper into the customer. And that's kind of that relationship there. But I want to add what Danny was talking about with wholesaling, you know, moving it from one lot to the other. As we're integrating inventory and CRM data and lead management data, one, we're finding a lot of times I might have a 50 or an age car. And I go, okay, what do I do with it? Do I put in another zip code? Do I wholesale it? A lot of times we're finding that we have leads that we haven't really communicated effectively enough. We haven't followed up effectively enough. So let's attack that first. And then the other thing that we found is what we call switch leads. You know, if a customer came into your dealership and that car that they're interested in was sold or not as appealing as they thought online, you don't just let them, you don't broom them off the lot and let them go. You try to slow them down and switch them to something else. And that happens a lot on dealer slots. Well, in the CRMs, it really doesn't happen. And they really don't point those issues out. And what we found was and this might be a little bit, when we're looking at 60 days worth of leads, we're finding about 60-70% of those active leads, customer I'm still calling email, 60 to 70% were on cars that sold. So my visualization for dealers, imagine 10 people walking in your door. You got to take 6 of them and put them to the side. You only got 4 people you can demo and sell a car to today. Now these 6 people over here, what are you going to do? You're going to try to figure out if there's something else on the lot you could switch them to. Or even these 4 people, as they test drive it, if they're not too happy about the car, what else can I show you that I might have? And I'm finding customers, and especially in this kind of economy, they're going to be segment loyal, meaning they know they want a truck or an SUV. They're going to be budget loyal, especially budget loyal with inflation and everything else. I got $400 a month and I want a truck. Now, I love to have a Ford, but I'll take a Chevy, GMC if I have to, or whatever, right? So, so if you know what segment they're in, if you know the price point that they're in, going back to the example of an aged car, instead of maybe moving it to a different lot or wholesaling it, let's see if there's other active leads, maybe on cars that sold, or even active leads on cars still in stock that go, hey, I know you want this 18 F-150, but I got this 17 that's, 50 days old. I got this car I'm about ready to get rid of. Would you be interested in this one? And try to take these leads and switch them to these cars too. And we'll find we might have one active lead or two active leads that we can follow up with on that car, but we might have 8 other switch opportunities. Call this customer that was on that car and do that. So that's another opportunity to work out of these.
And it works because we do it.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. I mean, are you? My mind is just blown. I love it when you talk. When you guys talk like this, I'm like, wow. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot to manage. Think about that. 60 to 70 leads that may have slipped, may not. I mean, and somebody's got to be dealing with that's and the inventory. Just like Jason Rice was saying a second ago, there's all these things that are taking place, and yeah, this is beautiful. And then Danny's doing it.
And Jasen Hauk, Black Widow Imaging, is now here with us. Jasen, please say hello. What's going on, Jasen?
What's up? See the other fellow guys of the Avenger movie that's coming out this NAPA, right? Yeah, there's a lot of information there, isn't it? I mean, you wonder. I mean, as a former trucker, you wonder why the manager was so stressed out, right? He's juggled a lot, right? So, from Jason Rice's knowledge and what Danny's put together, and of course we're all in different sectors of the business to try and make it all go faster, right? So lots of data, lots of info. How do you engulf that fire hose and streamline it to make a deal, right, when the customer walks in? So that's why I like all these guys, what they've put together, and everything that's been built, whether it's this show or the products we've built, has all been based on real life drama, issues, problems, face them. Yeah, we messed up. Let's figure it out. Let's find a new way. So nothing's been designed or replicated based on anything else that's out there on anybody on this screen. It's been, hey, I see a problem. Let's try to fix it. Let's get like-minded people together and let's fix it right now, right? Yeah, we made mistakes. Yeah, we'll make more mistakes and we'll keep failing until we win. But that's what's here. I mean, I think, to understand a customer is one thing, but to understand all the aspects that's going inside your dealer, that's why we've kind of, grouped together with these guys, because you can't be good at everything. And if you're not, then grab somebody that understands the sector that does and is like-minded like you. And that's why we do good things. So fixing real problems.
I want to, just on what Ty was saying too, is that it's so interesting to think of the business in so many high-level parts that, Ty, I am dying to figure out how we take this level of thinking into, and I'm calling it the transportation laboratory. How do we take this level of data-driven, scientific, and artful? Because I was thinking this too, Jason's an artist and a strategist. And Danny has this science at such a high level. The two together can knock it onto the park for a dealership. How do we replicate that level of genius into the transportation laboratory for transportation businesses that want it? Yeah.
Well, it's honestly, truly, you hang around guys like this and you pay attention to guys like these and you listen and you tell your buddy, this is what I learned last night on ATI. And it's true. All these guys on here, they'll tell you. It's who you hang around with, right? I mean, you're not hanging around somebody who's Debbie Downer, who just doesn't care, who's, woe is me, I can't buy a car, the world's coming to an end. You guys don't roll like that. I mean, there's just this level of let's bring everybody to a next better, right? And so what I'm excited about is in having Jasen Hauk on here, Black Widow. So VINCUE is making moves, right? I mean, I see you guys all over LinkedIn. You're going to NADA. You're doing this. You're doing that. So tell us, because you said partnership. You're doing some partnership things. Is that right, Danny?
We are, yeah.
You partnered up with some names, some people, some things.
We want to. I mean, back to kind of what you said. Like for those listening, and you asked like how does your industry, how's your business bring this art, bring this science? Curiosity. It starts with that. I remind myself, pain pushes, vision pulls. Pain pushes, vision pulls. So either pushed by pain or pulled by vision. Either way, you're going to get there. Just one's more painful than the other. And if you want to affect change, and one of the changes that I've always felt was when I buy a car, it takes forever to get it online. And as Jason said, first 30 matters. Getting it online matters. And there are goosenecks that happen, whether it be through things we can control or things we can't. Service, reconditioning, merchandising, silly data feeds that we're told take 24 hours and often take 48, 72 or more just to get a car through one server to another. It's silliness. And here we are in a world competing with a common competitor of what I call, these online retailers, and dealers now are pain pushes, vision pulls, are becoming innovative in the way that they compete in the marketplace. So days to market matters. So Jason and I put our heads together and created a solution. So Jason, you're welcome to talk about it, or I'm happy to share it.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. Okay, so what do you have? What's the
So I think that the biggest thing that, Black Widow struggled with, is many different devices that necessarily weren't not the right fit. But once we mastered to keep it simple, stupid, and get a person to photo a vehicle, any weather, any climate, any country, any time of day in 15 to 20 seconds, the question became, how do we get the photo online as fast as we take it, right? Because no matter how fast we took the images, we were a slave to Goliath on, well, it's in the cloud and it's pushing and it's pulling and it's whatever. And it's like, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? So having Black Widow take pictures in 15 seconds or less, and then having it wait in 12 to 15 hours or 2-3 days before it's online, that was something I struggled with all the time, all the way back 20 years ago, moving cars and trucks. Nothing counted until it was photoed online. So, we partnered and went with VINCUE and worked with them closely to develop a live API that we could, take an image, at 8:47 Central Standard, and it's up by 9 o'clock. No one's been able to do that, right? So when you're dealing with the Goliath and you're trying to shove it through his VCR, it's kind of, pointless. I probably after this, I might download a movie on Netflix. I'm certainly not going to go to Blockbuster and rent the damn thing. So, these are changing times. And I think the hardest thing, and I think, Jason Rice with his mind, and Danny as well, is that sometimes you're waiting for the opportunity when everybody has that aha moment, right? Like, oh, that's where it's going. We're not going to rent the DVDs. We're not going to rent and Be Kind Rewind, right? This is going a different direction, right? So this is the fun part for us, because we've already seen this, we've already known it. And what we're looking forward in ADA is that now the dealers are going to go, I need a solution, I need help. Carvana's kicking my butt. I got this, I got Carbravo. What am I going to do? I'm not going to send it to ADESA. That's Carvana. Oh my God, right? All these things are happening, right? So finally we get to sit back and we crow and be nice and polite and say, okay, yes, we have a solution for you. And here it is. We tried to give it to you 3 years ago, but you weren't ready for it, right? So I think that's the interesting, fun part that's coming, is that, a customer, a dealer, they need something now. They need to regain time. And with this combination of the knowledge, imaging, live APIs, the data, putting it all together, it's like a time machine. So once in a very short time, you can buy time, right? And all of our time is valuable, even this show or anything else. So when you bring people, together to solve real problems, we had to step back and aim and shoot, right? Because the car business is ready, shoot, aim, all day long, right? The manager's got no time for it, blah, right? And we had to step back and say, okay, there's a problem here. We keep doing this over and over again, right? Now, it did take some huge paradigm shifts and some big things in the media and things to change where people go, oh my God, I can take pictures of a car here and have it up here in seconds and then figure out the route and make the sale. And oh my God, this is great, right? We can stream the data, the pictures, the videos, the 360s all at once, and people can make decisions. Oh my God, that's awesome, right? I mean, do you really think that I could go next door and have my kids want to pick a video and then we got to go drive and get it? Get out of here. Like, I want to.
You know what's so interesting about that?
Stream it.
It seems common sense that if we were to tell people that, no, actually the way it works is you take pictures and you have to wait 24, 48 hours. They go, huh? Why don't they show up immediately? Yeah. Well, because the software wasn't there yet, but that's what we're solving for here. So today, Jasen's HD cameras take over 40 images of the vehicle, and they're instantly in VINCUE with background removal to match a dealership's needs, with software that allows us to detect even damage and create CRs, and then decide the disposition of that car, whether it be retail or wholesale, and have live ability to digitally merchandise and allocate and sell that vehicle without any waiting. So therefore, it cuts down your days to market by up to 3 days, and allows your managers to price your inventory with photos, where often they're putting inventory up online, putting prices, and then waiting for those photos to hit days later. So it will get the conversion up significantly.
And I want to point out something that, as a media guy, nobody here is on Zoom with somebody standing over there holding and trying to get the shot right. We're all on tripods or webcams built into a system. That way we all know what to expect, and we're all having similar experiences. Rather than, oh, here, you try to shoot this Zoom meeting for a half hour. Oh, it's not working. All right, well, hand the phone to that guy. See if he can do it. Hand it to that guy, that guy, that guy. Stop handing the phone to more people.
Well, there's nobody there. You can't hand him the phone. He didn't show up for work. I mean, I hate to say that we bet on people being lazy, but, Jasen, Rice has done an amazing job of, the dealers come to him when it's like, all right, I need help. I'm all over the place, right? Danny's got the management system. There's a lot of data. I happen to be maybe the icing on the cake because I'm the picture, and the picture's worth 1,000 words. But it also backs up their data, and it also makes our pictures look better because now it's compromised by data, an actual image. I can make an actual decision. Wow, right? Kind of like going on Netflix and picking the video, right? That's what your kids want. Bam, one instantaneous, right? But I think, as we make this transition, we're not shocked. I'm not shocked about Carvana. I'm not shocked about any of it. Okay, that's stuff that we've been talking about for a long time. It's like, if something's so antiquated, and what's happening is the dinosaurs are dying or losing strength. Okay, we're crocodiles, man. They beat the dinosaurs by, I think, 80 million years. So yeah, the dinosaurs are going away. Here, Henry Ford asked everybody what they wanted. You know what they wanted? Faster horses. That's what they wanted. Faster horses. People don't know what they want. Okay, it takes guys like us to put together what the industry needs, right? The first car was made for hauling horse manure, okay, because there was too many horses, okay, not transportation. So, yes, it's a different spin. It's a different spin on it, right? Henry Ford did not invent the car. He invented the process in which we invented the car. Carl Benz invented it almost 50 years prior. So we've taken something totally different that they weren't thinking of, and we're ready for it, and we're ready to service these dealers, and we're ready to give them a competitive edge, right? To make these things happen, And any dealer that isn't like aware of it or open to it or pounding their fist about Carvana, it's like, hey, you got to do something to change it right now. I mean, you can't sit there and just wait around for, someone to save you. It's been an antiquated system for a long time. We've been knocking on your door for a long time. So, for us partnering and putting this data together, we're very confident that we deliver something the consumer wants now, and we can move this whole boat faster. They're going to push back like hell. They're going to hate it, but then when they see the results of the data together, the first thing I hear on a dealer, well, that's how we've always done it. That's a recipe for Kmart. Where they at? Sears, Woolworth, right? I mean, where's that? You know what I mean? Blockbuster said they were unstoppable, weren't they? Right? One left.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Impossible.
here, at the end of the day, we're not here to rustle feathers. We're here to offer solutions. And the guys that are smart enough to do it, great, you can be a crocodile. Otherwise, you're a dinosaur.
Well, going into what we talked about earlier, and everybody, to fill in everybody, Jay and Ty and I, we did a little interview for Used Car Week on CBT News that I do. And, it was, we're talking about the fact that, maybe 20% of the transporters are good operators and dealing with the dealers and vice versa, the dealers that are actively engaged with their transporters and stuff. So I guess put a little transporter, I was mentioning the fact that dealers are starting, the good operators, they've been doing it for a little bit, but dealers are starting to pay more and more attention about turnaround time. Going back to your photo thing, right? So in expediting it. And now that they're paying attention to turnaround time, well, then they go, well, shit, the whole thing's getting thrown off by my transportation. And now they're focusing a little bit on transportation, right? So the guys that are paying attention to transportation are the guys that are the good operators, the 10, 20% guys out there that, and so if I was a transporter, I would try to be reaching out and understanding who those top 10, 20% dealers are, because they would understand what you're trying to do to approach to benefit their business. Cause they go, yeah, I need to solve this problem because I went from a, 14-day turnaround time to an 8. And I think I can get it down to a 5 if I can figure out this freaking transportation stuff. And so it kind of go to your point is dinosaurs or the blockbusters of the worlds, the dealers and the transport companies that want to stay ahead of this, start doing it now.
There's transportation laboratory dealer
right,
style.
But I understand. Yeah. I've been the trucker. I've been the disrespected, reconditioned guy, or I've been the trucker showing up late, and you're like, dude, I had 3 monsters. I haven't slept in 20 hours, and I got here, and you're pissed off. Okay? Yeah. I mean, take it from me, okay? Any truckers out there that don't understand this, I went and had so many trucks and worked so many shifts until I killed people. The trucks crashed and killed people, okay? I couldn't go any freaking faster. And you know what? No one was happy. So guess what? As a transporter, you have to understand what the dealer's struggling with, what they're going up against, respect their time. And you know what? The dealer, he don't understand what you're dealing with. He don't understand there's freaking 3 miles of hydraulic lines on your freaking truck. You don't even know, okay? He doesn't have a CDL. He doesn't understand. So there's got to be a respect from the dealer to the transporter, right? So I understand all of that, but what we're trying to do is saying, let's make more quality moves, right? Let's not make useless moves, and let's not make them wait around for one car when you got the other. So, yep. The truckers need to understand, and I say that because I am one. I grind gears, Peterbilt, you name it. I had them all, okay? We're fixing a problem, right? And they've got to be open. Everybody's got to be open. Everybody's got to put everybody in each other's shoes. You know what I mean? And if you can help the dealer understand his pain points, and he's using the right tools with Danny, and then listen to a guy like Jason, and he's got the right imaging system, and he's tied with the right dealers that are being progressive, he's going to have so many quality moves and more respect, but he has to break out of his shell too. Like, oh, dealers don't respect me. They don't give a shit. It's like, well, come on, man. You know what I mean? You're going to have to freaking clean it up a little bit, get the truck washed a little bit more, make sure you're on time, make sure you keep your word. I mean, those are all things that are important. But, if he doesn't have the right tools and the dealer doesn't have the right tools and everything else, well, then everybody's just going to be pointing fingers. No one's going to respect each other. They're going to cut you off. We've all been there.
That's actually where we've been for many, many years. Right there.
Yes.
Pointing Fingerville, yeah.
Pointing fingers and this and that. I want the transporter to know that, hey, the pictures are already online with VINCUE. You already know from Jason Rice's data what you should have bought. And I mean, at some point, I'm not saying we should praise the truckers, but there's 2 things I worry about, okay? God, and if the trucks stop, okay? You think you get pissed off because you got to go to Walgreens and go get a bottle of hand sanitizer? Watch when the trucks stop, okay? You won't be able to get toilet paper. You won't be able to get cars. You won't get nothing. So being from that industry and how hard it is and how cold it is and rainy and strapping on cars and chains and dark and DOT rules and not sleeping and not being with your freaking family, okay? it's a pain, you know? So I embraced any of the transportation community to listen to what's going on in the show. I hope your ratings didn't drop today because, oh, we're just talking about dealers. Screw them. I don't like them. They don't listen. They don't respect me. Right. Well, you know, there's always going to be people like that. Find the ones that do respect you and understand what you're putting together and you are using the right tools, you know? So I would think that at some point,
I think I was the problem.
You should be coming in like, here's
ever since you guys got here, the views are going up. It was me.
Yeah.
It was me all along. I knew it.
It was you.
To Jason's point, if the truckers go down, it's like that'd be pretty much like the internet going down, right? I mean, the internet drives it's the transport of information. You guys are transport of products, and if the trucker world goes down, you might as well. It'd be worse than the internet because I could deal without getting my Facebook up, you know, posts. I mean, obviously you got your bank and everything else, but I can't survive without my food and my groceries and my thing, you know, whatever to get my, you know, think of, well, and Danny, I was going to say this, but I mean, you're close to this. Think of this stuff, you know, with Russia and Ukraine. I mean,
I'm Ukrainian.
Yeah, he's a Ukrainian. He's got, I mean, yeah. Speaking of which, that's something I've been wanting to talk to you about. But yeah, I mean, you know, imagine that, you know, and I've seen those empty shelves in those places there, and that's just crazy. Anyways, truckers, yeah, you might as well shut the internet off if you're going to shut the truckers down. It's just as bad or worse.
And I think that's all part of it. I think, you know, this isn't necessarily, yes, this is a truckers channel, but I mean, they're part of the piece. They're part of the pie. They're part of the Avenger movie that makes everything work. You know what I mean? So I hope they kind of embrace that as well. Being a trucker myself that did that for years and years, you know, and we're working on these tools and we're working on being able to ease a little bit of pressure, right? So if they're using, you know, Lotpop's tools and they know what they need to be buying and they're using Danny's tools and they're using a Black Widow system and everything's getting done correctly and everything's getting shipped up quickly, these truckers can not necessarily take their time, but get there safely, you know, and get there on time with what they promised. And because they don't care. I mean, the dealers that disrespect, I'm not saying there's going to be ones that will respect and there's ones that won't, but you got to be looking for the ones that are using the right tools, especially in this new industry and the way things have shifted. And so, you know, I don't see anything but promising things and more quality moves and more respect. But yeah, there's going to be, avoid the dinosaurs, you know, because they're extinct, you know, 80 million years difference than the crocs. So
I want you guys to know that you taught me a lot just now. Listening to all that, I didn't have that perspective quite the way that you shared it. Thank you.
Awesome. And we've learned a lot from you guys. Ty, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Ty's head still spinning.
Right.
Come on. But Ty, seriously, take this for one grain of salt right now. Like, everybody wants everybody to understand what you're up against, right? Not drama, but right? You're trying to say, hey, I'm the trucker. I've been here all night. I freaking got the cars here, right? And then the dealer's saying, I've got this, I got to watch this, and I got my boss at my house. You know what I mean? So everybody's trying to understand everybody's issue. And I think that's, I'll leave it at that. But I think the more we understand each other and understand the tools that you're using are going to help, it just makes everything faster, man. It flows.
Well, I want to run this by Danny. We had a guy that found us on YouTube through the show. He's from Germany. He builds car hauler trailers. His name's Hendrik. He owns a company. He has 4 manufacturing plants in Europe countries. I have never been over there, don't know nothing about it, but spent about 5 weeks with this guy, and he's doing market research. He wants to bring his product to America. And it was really a huge learning experience for me because he kept talking about these places called fields. Have anybody heard of this? Fields? Okay. And as you listen to him, I mean, he and I, we just butt heads the entire time. I mean, it makes no sense to me. I'm like, where's the auction? They don't have an auction. They have fields. And so as I'm listening to what Danny's saying, what Jason's, Hauk, Black Widow, what Lotpop, Jasen, what you guys are all saying, it's because you know what this guy really wanted to do more than anything. We're in Florida. He's okay. Let's start at Jacksonville, go down to West Palm. We'll hit Orlando, then we'll hit Tampa. Do you know where the hot spot this guy just was on fire for? Lakeland. Why? Because it was in the middle of, I think it's Tampa and Orlando. Is that right?
Mhm.
I'm right.
Right.
Okay.
Between
You
Miami
go
and
to Lakeland and you start driving around. Guess what you see? You see Carvana bought this property and they're putting an IC in there. And I guess they did that before they bought the ADESA. But the point, so it's like, all right, if I'm hearing you right, we're trying to save the dealer that I love is trying to reduce expenses, reduce costs on the acquisition of a vehicle. And if we can buy that by not going to an auction, in a sense, we're wiping out wholesale. So then this is where it gets amazing. This is actually one of the reasons I pointed out your lot, Danny, because I'm assuming you don't have any more space on that lot for one more car. I'm assuming that you've got a field or a different location that also has a tremendous amount of vehicles, right?
Yes.
I don't know you. I've never seen it. I just asked. I'm just putting it together, and it's like, okay, this is how we learn, everybody. Or I'm learning. We're all learning right here. And as I listen to you guys after spending 5-6 weeks with this guy and watching him and listening to him and just hammering it out back and forth, it's really starting to have a resemblance of we wiped out wholesale. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, there's not necessarily needed of a middleman, right? There's enough data here for to make all
In the
decisions.
photos, you put the photos with
distribution,
it.
there's the
Well, that's what
distribution.
technology does. Technology removes somebody in the chain that didn't need to be there.
Repurpose.
There we go. That's a better word. That was way better than what I said.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I want to do this. We're kind of already in final thoughts, but secondary final thoughts or substitution thoughts, maybe. I just want to say this is that I want to lead us into what's next, what's happening next with this group you see right here. If you go to Auto Transport Intel on YouTube, shameless plug, you go here and you scroll down and you go to live events, and I set the reminders for, here's our Friday with Black Widow in the North Hall, 1 o'clock Central Time, that's 11 a.m. Pacific. So 11 a.m. in Vegas, Friday the 11th, and then Saturday the 12th, we're going to be in the West Hall. Now, what are these halls you speak of, Jay? Well, here's the Friday North Hall, Black Widow Imaging. So, I mean, you literally, let's say, at this point, you got a decent chance of just showing up, and what you do is you go to Marty and Doc's Diner. You get the fries, try the hash browns and the burger. I think I had a gyro here 2 years ago, by the way. Get the gyro. It's pretty good. Head on over to Black Widow Imaging and join us, hanging out with us Friday, March 11th. Like I said, I showed there it is. You can go right here. Set your reminder to join us in the North Hall with Black Widow Imaging. And then let's go to West Hall on Saturday. 11 a.m. Vegas time. And what I suggest, find this door up here and start at VINCUE. Start your 11 a.m. live with ATI at VINCUE, because we can make our way across. There's Rapid Recon. We hang out with Danny, right? You said you have a bunch of people in the booth, right?
We have 46 people coming.
46?
Holy cow.
How long will that take?
He's got to fill up that big booth.
A lot of demos to get done.
Oh my gosh.
Transport it
Time
together.
is money. Time is money.
I can tell you why, though. Let me preface why. We set a big goal, and we told the company if you can hit the goal, everyone's going to NADA. Well, they hit the goal, so
Wow.
we
That's
offered
neat,
it to everybody, and 46 people said yes. So
That is-
so they're all coming, families and all.
That is so cool. Wow. Kudos to you, because this is going to be an amazing event. I'm getting jealous the more I talk about it, because I'm not going. I'm going to be sitting right here, Mr. Boring Chair, while everybody's there having a party. But I'm doing it in the name of good media. So so VINCUE, and then hit Rapid Recon on your way over to, there's the Lotpop.
Yeah, that's a small booth. I might have like 8 people there or something.
Yeah,
but
but lots
he's
of
bringing-
data. Lots
he's-
of data.
He's
Lots of
bringing
data.
46.
I know I might need to jump on his plane. He's probably got a private plane jumping.
No, we do not. Absolutely not.
737. Maybe.
And-
Yeah.
Driving.
Jeez.
Look at this. Black Books right across. There's
Yeah,
Paul
right
Machine
there.
and gang. and then we'll make our way over. Now Tim is in the wings. Tim is enjoying the show along with everybody else. He's in the live chat. But then we head over to Max Digital and, wave goodbye and spray the champagne. And, I mean, it's going to be amazing. So make sure make sure that, again, you go to Auto Transport Intel YouTube channel and you can – oh, no, that's other stuff. Here you go. Saturday, March 12th, 11 a.m. Vegas time. And I'm super excited. And that's why I'm missing all the fun. Because that's going to be awesome footage live on the floor. Ty, you're leading the tour. You got your safari hat and your
it's funny because you're sitting here doing this, and I think he's probably, nobody knows this, but he's probably saying, Ty, I hope you're paying attention because this is your route. And Ty's over here like, I'm still trying to figure out what's VINCUE, Black Widow, Lotpop's Rapid Recon. Oh man, I'm starting to put it all together.
Right, exactly. We just had our strategy meeting live at
we
the
just
end
had the
of
strategy
episode
meeting.
231. Yeah, that's what we did.
We'll be tracking.
You guys are so amazing, though. You have no idea. I mean, this is like, I just love it. I love this stuff. I love it when you guys are on here talking dealer stuff because I learn and I need to learn, and it's so good that things have changed in the last couple of years, and the more I know, the more I'm able to communicate with the car hauler guys that are trying to get into business. The more I understand what you guys are trying to accomplish, I can sell it, and that's what I do. So thank you so much. It means a lot.
You're welcome.
No, thank you for you guys. What you guys are doing, like I said, you're in the forefront of this. I think transition as dealers are paying attention to turnaround time, like with Black Widow getting stuff. Let's get it on. They're gonna find a bottleneck, and I think 9 times out of 10. Transportation's second thought. It is like we were talking earlier. It's like, I don't think of a tow truck company till my car breaks down, right? So I don't think of transport, so I need something moved. And it should be probably considered a lot deeper. So,
there's a lot of data on here and a lot of smart people that help dealers make better decisions, which is going to make it smoother for the transporter, which is going to make the whole boat go faster. And we capture more time, right? For everybody. More time with your family, more time with the dealership, more time to make deals. That's a beautiful thing. That's something you can't buy that. But you can buy some extra time with the little smart minds on here. You just got to take a second and aim before you shoot because there's a lot of stuff out there. So we're excited to be with all you guys at NADA and collab together, and we'll see how the next Avenger movie comes out with all of our minds together. Let's see who's ready to listen. I think there's going to be quite a few.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's good.
But you got a whole party at your booth with all the people showing up, so of course it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're all super jealous.
Yeah.
Maybe we should reverse the order and we end there, and that's where we spray the champagne.
Hey Ty, swing by. We got just some cocktail from like 5:30 to 8 at Cosmo. We're doing a little suite and stuff. So when you swing by the booth, I'll give you a little pass. It's either Friday night. We're doing both Friday or Saturday, and same with you, Jason, if you guys are doing anything or not.
Yeah, for sure. And you're not invited. You got 46.
I was just gonna.
I only got 20, so
I only got so many passes.
We only got so many passes. FedEx ran out of ink on the passes, and we're toast.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. That really, and there's something else I saw. Just one more plug for Country Hill because I followed you on LinkedIn or Facebook, and I saw that you guys were giving out the guy that sold the most or did something the most. You guys gave him a brand new, it was I think like a MacBook Air Pro or something, and it was just a really cool community. I mean, walking into the store, it was just. I don't know if it's because I've been there or whatever the case may be, but it's really great place, and I got a lot of respect for you guys. It's neat what you got going on.
Yep.
Thanks. Like attracts like, and we get to grow together, and that's the coolest thing of all.
Yeah. Well, am I done?
Yeah, we are in the books. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us tonight. Really do appreciate it. Dan Zaslavsky. I've said it so many times tonight. I had to write every time. Danny Zaslavsky from
I'm not even
VINCUE,
gonna try.
Jason Rice, Lotpop, Jason Hauk, Black Widow Imaging, Ty Thompson, Cars on the Move. Thank you all so very much for taking the time tonight. Really appreciate it.
Night, guys.
Hi guys.
Thanks, everybody. Night.
Tomorrow's a new day. See you.
Tomorrow is a new day. And there we go. I'll end the meeting there. So thank you so much, gentlemen. All right, and everybody in the live chat. I know that if you're still sticking around, I really do appreciate it. I know it was a long show, and I thought it was pretty interesting because NADA, I'll just say it this way, is that when I was pretty overwhelmed when I went there last year, and yet I knew that I was taking in a lot of new information. Met a lot of interesting people, had a lot of interesting conversations. A lot of it was new information stuff. But what it did is it taught me more about one of the other major verticals in automotive, the dealer, right? Hello. And then the technology. There's so much technology revolving around the way the dealer works then that we realize, so that mobile app and that load board stuff, so that does touch their technology as well. And maybe it's not integrated enough yet. And then that led me down the rabbit hole of, okay, I need to learn more about their technology. And I was getting demos about, the DMSs and the BDC and all the other parameters they look at into lot management. So thank you so much for joining us for that exercise. And the transportation laboratory is now open. So we're going to be working on that. And that's cool because I think we're going to keep finding nuggets that will help us bridge the gap and connect. So thank you so much for witnessing it and being a part of it. Really do appreciate that. I do want to thank everybody in the super chat tonight. Ty, of course, thanks for leading that. And then Danny B, thanks, buddy. Super Dispatch, Mark Grodicke. Thank you all so much for your contributions and support. Oh, my phone's ringing. Jason's calling me. Should we answer this? Well, if I answer it, I'll call him back. I'll call Jason back. Thanks, buddy. Jason's calling me. Thanks, Jason. I'll call you back. But I'll tell you what, Jason, if you call, I'm letting it go to voicemail, but if you call me again, then I'll put you on speaker and you can join me live via speaker if you want to. But I know I got to let people go. I know it's getting late, and I really do appreciate everybody tuning in. In fact, I've got to, it's now March, and I've got to learn how to go remote live I'm going to be at Car Conference, going live from Car Conference as if I was sitting here. So I'm going to try to do that tomorrow on DOT compliance. So if you've got a question or you want to say hello or see what that looks like, join us tomorrow on DOT compliance. Otherwise, make sure, if nothing else, because Thursday's the crazy show. You know what happens on Thursdays. But on Friday, we have Will Morris, the car auction coach, joining us on Cars on the Move. That is going to be another great show. He's very well liked. He's very well known. And he's extremely knowledgeable. And he knows what we're doing. And that's what's neat. It ties into what we did tonight is we have folks in other verticals that are getting what we're doing. They're seeing it. And I really didn't talk about the Jason Rice CBT News stuff that much because I didn't want to get ahead of myself. But I think there's going to be something coming out next week featuring me and Ty. But I don't know. I don't know if that's speculation or if that's official. But anyways, we'll find out soon. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. This makes my Tuesday, and hopefully it makes yours. So stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Here's the right